pounding at the door awakens Romrres. "Warrior of Light, please wake up. A beast attacks the village." Romrres gets up and rushes to the door, opening it quickly. "What's going on? What's attacking the village?" As he says this, he can hear screaming in the distance. The boy takes Romrres' hand and guides him through the maze of dusty streets. As the pair begin to approach the noise, it becomes clear what was causing the ruckus. A large skeletal creature with no flesh towers over its surroundings. The full moon brings many mysteries, Warrior of Light. Hurry, go help our hunters. Romrres nods and draws his blade from the rose on his back, rushing to the side of one of the hunters. Romrres charges towards the beast, diving beneath its great tusks as it attempts to maul the rushing figure. Romrres turns on his heels and begins to run toward the opening he arrived in. Romrres feels the hard steps of the mammoth shake the ground beneath him, and as he grows closer to the canyon entrance, he wonders what to do once he gets there. As he is about to enter the canyon, he finds footing on a nearby statue holding the desert rose and launches himself toward the top edges of the canyon entrance. To his luck, the rope connecting to the platform takes hold in his hand. By the time he is able to make it halfway up the rope, the mammoth slams into the canyon wall with an earth-shattering crash that causes his grip to slip. Plummets down towards the back of the mammoth and catches a grip on one of the vertebrae near the neck. He quickly drops down under the stunned mammoth and rolls behind its back feet. The mammoth shakes off its colossal impact and turns to face Romrres. Suddenly, a flash comes from within a canyon wall. Behind the skeletal pachyderm from inside the canyon shoots out 1,000 beams of intense white light, piercing directly through the ancient bones when hit. The Colossus lets out a terrible roar that shakes the earth. Romrres readies his sword to strike, and beside him, the two figures from the canyon appear. The trio rush toward the beast, and the mammoth responds in turn by raising up on its back legs, ready to crush all three of the figures assailing it. As the four-legged nightmare is nearly perpendicular with the ground, Romrres jumps onto one leg and scales onto its back. He finds his way behind the head and straddles the massive neck bones. Romrres waits for the beast to stop its thrashing and raises his black sword. Just as he raises the sword, beams from each of the faces shoot towards his blade. Feeling the handle become charged with energy and the blade glowing white as the moon above, he strikes down onto the forehead of the mammoth. Cries of searing pain emanate out as the moonlight-charged sword enters its bones, causing the entire skeleton to glow white. Romrres pulls the sword from the mammoth's skull and leaps towards the duo, tumbling to their feet. The three look back as the mammoth slowly loses shape. The bones begin to fall apart as a skeleton naturally would, and eventually lays its head directly in front of the trio. A ghostly apparition appears where the skeleton lays. A tall, reddish-brown and covered in hair, semi-translucent figure appears before them. Be free, spirit of the mammoth. Please take solace here in the canyon with us and guide souls. The mammoth spirit walks off to the central oasis located in the camp. Grass begins to spring up in its path and spreads across the large, circular encampment. Good work, Desert Rose. Life can come from death when you give over to something bigger than yourself. The duo wisps back into the canyon as the morning sun makes its way over the now green and luscious canyon walls. The skeleton is overrun with flowers, and Romrres turns to head back to the tower, which now has vines, flowers, and greenery covering it.